This chapter will help you appreciate that people with dementia have the right to a quality of life that reflects their priorities, wishes and interests. Understand what's meant by the term person-centred support in relation to people with dementia. Understand the importance of recognising, enhancing and supporting people's strengths and abilities, and support them to remain engaged in life's roles and relationships. Maintaining a good quality of life is perfectly possible following a diagnosis of dementia. Even when a person requires increasing help and support, we should not make the assumption that attempting to improve a person's life is pointless. There are many factors other than a person's dementia that affect their quality of life. It's important to value their lifestyle, environment, relationships, culture and experience. People with dementia should be able to participate in activities that are meaningful to them, enjoyable, bring happiness and make life worth living. This is what's meant by person-centred care and support. Sometimes it's not obvious how we can do this, but staff, carers, friends and communities can all contribute to helping a person live well with dementia, and we should never forget the contribution of the person themselves. After all, people come with a lifetime of experience of their own interests, skills and abilities. Next, we will meet Jim. Jim is 85 and lives in a care home, but this situation could easily occur in a hospital ward or in his own home.
That's Luke Chalmers' place. He just gave up and moved away. Never even stopped to dig up his equipment.
Okay, Jim?
Those cattle are Dave Peters. He lost 150 head, which meant every cent he owned. All of this tragedy and ruin, ladies and gentlemen, because of lack of water.
Are you all right?
It's such a shame to see Jim like that.
I know.
Do you know, I heard he used to teach art. I think he was a bit of a painter himself. He even had exhibitions. You'd never think that now.
Such a shame, isn't it? But what can we do? We've hardly got a minute and he wouldn't be able to paint or anything like that now.
Yes, I know that, but it's such a shame. You know that art group in the community centre? I heard he set that up years ago.
Oh, I know the one you mean. I've still got so much to do. I'll see you later, all right?
Take time to consider the following. How would you feel coming into this situation? Do you think Jim is experiencing a quality of life that takes account of his interests? What are the difficulties for staff in providing person-centred care and support for Jim? Can you think of any way that Jim's situation could be improved? Jim is not experiencing a good quality of life, and staffing and resources can often be stretched to the limit. This can seem like a hopeless situation. It appears that, given the stage of the dementia journey that Jim is at, there is very little that can be done about improving his quality of life. So, what are the key learning points? No matter what stage someone is at in their dementia journey, they're entitled to the best quality of life possible. It's important to recognise that, whatever our job, we can all make a difference to the life of someone with dementia. We need to use all the information at our disposal and to think of different ways to use it to help people with dementia to make the most of their abilities and remain engaged as much as possible. Susan found out from her son that the art group that Jim used to help run was indeed still going, and many of the members remembered him well. She informed the staff about this and they got in touch with the group organiser. Jim began to have regular visits from a volunteer, and together they would look at art books. Although Jim could not communicate much, the volunteer would reminisce about the group and talk to Jim about art.
Yeah, and what about that one, Jim? You like that? It's wonderful, isn't it? And this is one of my favourites. Yeah. You like this one, don't you? You know, when I started attending your art group, I didn't even know who Edvard Munch was, let alone how to hold a paintbrush the right way until you showed me how to do it. Yeah, in fact, I've come a long way since then, Jim. This is a piece that just won me the Mayor Award.
As we see from Jim's actions and behaviour, his quality of life was enriched and enhanced by staff recognising his interests and responding to them. So what are the key learning points? Whatever stage people are at in their dementia journey, they're entitled to the best quality of life possible. Using all of the information that we have available about a person's life can help us to provide person-centred care and support, and this can make a big difference as to how they experience their world. Sometimes thinking about things in a different way can make all the difference for someone with dementia. It doesn't only need to be health and social services staff who help people with dementia have a good quality of life. Using a person's own networks, relationships and communities can have a big impact on their lives. Using a person-centred approach in working with someone throughout their dementia journey can help them to have the best quality of life possible. In Chapter 5, we will look at how you can support people with dementia to take positive risks and how to protect them if they are at risk of harm.